Oh, watch that Chernobyl Diaries movie, that stupid horror movie.
I like that.
I know. I've seen it before, though. I just don't like the ending where they're like, oh, we're going to lock you up with all the people.
Yeah, the ending's stupid. And I also think you could have explored the mutated population a little bit more.
Sure, and they were just escaped people that were crazy.
It's like, come on.
I'm like, how did they do that to that van?
It's like, can we get a reason?
Spun it around.
Yeah, it's like, do they have a Hulk?
They got gamma radiation powers, dude. That's what Chernobyl was, all the gamma radiation.
Created a bunch of Hulks that still live there to this day.
Yeah, dude, that's what that HBO show was about.
Oh, God. Good shit.
That good Taco Bell, too, man.
Yeah. How was the dipper?
That's good. It's shredded beef.
What's in it?
Shredded beef. It was just that weird sauce they had on it. It had too much extra sauce. I mean, why would you put sauce on it if you're going to dip it into stuff? It's kind of weird.
Good point. Yeah, and plus the sauce that's on the taco will get into the sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then it just...
In my case, it got on my hand.
Welcome back home. Of course, they had your taco here.
Yes, I was very excited to get some good grilled cheese steak burrito.
You were very upset.
This episode
the New York episode.
This episode is sponsored by grilled steak burritos at Taco Bell.
We'll take it.
If you want to be our next sponsor, contact GeekZip at podomatic.com. Is that right?
Mercy. GeekZipPodcast@gmail.com is our email address.
Way off.
Podomatic.com/GeekZip Podcast is our podcast page.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to fix that, though. I think
I listened to that Hives album, and there was another good song.
Yeah.
A lot of them were good songs. This is a really good album.
I got the LP up there on top.
I know you told me, but I hadn't listened to it until recently.
Yeah.
Till today,
it's
actually.
really good.
And he had that one song where he's like, "I got your emails to meet," and he's like, "Delete, delete, delete."
That's the one I'm talking about. That's my second favorite after Bogus Operandi.
That was pretty awesome.
Fucking Bogus Operandi. That's a great song. It's the Geek Zip Podcast. Ryan, Zip, and Christian. Christian has rejoined us in the Zip Cave, back in good old WV. How you doing, buddy? How was your drive?
It's good. It was funny. The GPS map on the phone was like, there's warnings about a flash flood and tornadoes on this route. Like, there's a safer route available. And I was like, no, dude, we're going right into the danger.
You went right at the fucking eye, didn't you?
We were like storm chasers, dude. We're going to dump that little fucking robot thing with all the little spheres out into the storm to measure it, like Twister.
You guys are the sequel. You were filming the sequel is what it is.
Yeah, except we were throwing gum out the window, and the gum apparently somehow came back in. My brother, he's driving, dude, and he's like, could you do me a favor and scrape the gum off the back of the seat? And I'm like, how
did gum get on the back of the seat?
Well, first of all, I'm like, what are you even talking about? Is that a line from a movie or something? Are you trying to make a joke like there's gum on the... Because he was saying the back of the seat, so I'm like... You want me to scrape the back of your seat and get gum off it? That doesn't even make sense. And then I look over, and he's got a wad of gum stuck to the back of his shirt and stuck to the chair, dude.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, what in the world?
Idiots. Oh, man. That's cool.
That's fun.
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. And I heard you got some White Castle.
Oh, I did get some good White Castle.
Yeah. And you said they had the 1921 slider?
Yeah, and they also had 3 collectible cups, dude. That are about as collectible as this Taco Bell cup. Just cheap plastic. I'm like, how can you advertise that
real money makers?
As 3 it's like new 3 collectible cups.
Oh God.
I can't imagine driving down there like, oh, I want to get a collectible cup, man. Just hand wash only, this plastic thing.
And it just fucking melts in the goddamn dishwasher.
I don't know.
Oh man, collector cups. Remember when they used to be bad? Like they used to be like glass.
Yeah,
they used to be serious.
They had those good mugs and those. The glass ones.
Batman Forever.
Glass ones.
I remember. I had those for years. All 4 of them.
Disney had some. They get real. Like the glass gets really chiseled and artsy.
Yeah. I know.
Designy art.
Like, now we're just making these plastic pieces of shit.
More trash for our world, dude.
Lord.
Trash it up.
Just trash more and trash more and trash more.
So what have you been doing?
Oh, hell, man. I've been hanging out.
Did you go see Blue Beetle yet?
I have not seen Blue Beetle. I want to be able to take Sammy to see Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
So we have not actually caught that yet. No.
We were wondering if you'd seen
I've heard good things about Blue Beetle. I haven't heard much negative. Nothing like Flash.
So you haven't been to the theater in a while?
No, I haven't. No, I have not been to the theater in a while. And
looks like we're using a new browser.
I changed the theme.
Oh, okay.
So it's an Iron Man theme. It's pretty cool.
Neato. My brother Josh has his
Neat.
Alexa set up with a theme of Super Mario sounds.
Oh, really?
It's making dings, coins and jumping noises.
Shit.
Yeah, dude.
So what happens when you open a door or something?
No, you just ask Alexa something instead of it going ding or saying something that make a noise.
Nice. Well, I don't have the patience to program that shit.
Set it up, yeah. They got to get an app
that.
for that, dude. I've got enough apps.
Yeah, I'm dealing with apps out.
Do you
my
remember
ass.
that episode of Sunny this season where Dennis gets mad about having an app for the car and an app for all the things, and then it's terrible, dude.
I mean, it sounds like something Dennis would get mad about. Though,
dude, he's
say.
Why do we need an app for a key when the key system has worked for years? Why can't we just have a key?
Well, as you noticed here at Zip Manor, Cush Manor, I should say.
Oh yeah.
We switched over to the electronic keypad deadbolt.
Your code is too many digits, dude. You need to shorten.
That's a one-time code for you.
It still needs to shorten.
Well, okay. I'll remember that for next time.
That shouldn't have to be
Yeah. I guess you're right. That's
give me
a good point.
4 digits or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I did look at the code, and I remember going, God damn, that's a lot of numbers.
I was like, is that a phone number?
Yeah, I was like, it looks like a phone number. So I've been playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre more,
Did you ever get to kill anybody
I
yet?
did. I've been
Oh,
killers. Cool. Yes, I've been the hitchhiker, and I've been Leatherface.
Nice.
And
do you get to pick who you are when you're one of them, or does it get assigned automatically?
It's kind of weird.
Certain ones are available.
It's one of those situations where everybody gets in the lobby and they get who they get, and then you can choose to swap with people.
Oh, okay.
If they're cool, they'll swap with you.
Sure.
But if they're like, no, I want to live up to my character too.
Sure.
So I mean,
so
as long
it's kind
as
of
you're cool
random,
with that.
but you can switch.
It's kind of random.
Want.
You can switch around if you want.
If somebody's willing.
Right. You have to have Leatherface to start a match.
Oh,
you
really?
can't
So he's
start
in
a
every
match.
game.
Every game. Yeah,
Cool.
You can't start a match without Leatherface.
That's cool.
Which I thought was really interesting.
Can't have a movie without Leatherface either.
Yeah, right. We did wrap up season 3 of Supernatural.
Oh,
She got to see Dean drag down.
You guys are moving. That's a few episodes a day almost.
Hanging down. Yeah, we watched about 2 episodes a night. Yeah, because again, it's such an addictive show.
Yeah.
And, I taught her about the road so far, and told her, this is now iconic.
Wayward Son.
Yeah, that's why you always hear the song, because she asked me that at a Comic-Con one time. Because they brought the car.
They're like, why are they?
And they were playing the song. And she was like, what's the significance of the song? And I was like, oh my God, I got to show you Supernatural. But she loves it. We loved it. We watched The Pope's Exorcist. I know we talked about that a week or 2 ago, but it's just so good. I encourage you, if you like Exorcist movies, I highly recommend
Netflix.
it. Yeah. Well, yeah, and you have Netflix. Because Russell Crowe, I think that's probably the best job he's done in years. I mean, the acting that he did in that movie was so good.
He gets pretty evil, it seems like.
I
don't want to give any spoilers away.
I know, that's what. Well, and that's kind of what I'm saying. He plays both kinds of character in the Exorcist film, and they're both just really good. So I recommend you check it out.
And we both watched Ashoka.
But I watched Ashoka. What did you think of Ashoka?
It was cool, but I had to get kind of caught up. I want to get caught up on
I'd
never seen in Rebels and stuff.
Thank God for all you YouTube users out there that make these crazy-ass compilations and catch-up videos.
Yeah, because that'd be like 100 and some hours of extra stuff to watch.
As a video editor, you don't understand how much that goes into that. I mean, that is a fucking task to make those big-ass long stitching all those clips together and finding them and formatting them and rendering them and all that shit.
AEW has a cool video out with MJF and Adam Cole, all the build up to their matches at All In.
Oh, yeah?
It's like 2 hours long almost.
Man, I miss the fucking kick-ass video promos they used to do back in the Attitude Era, man. That was a big part, I think, of their success was the quality of the video production and stuff like that.
And I think that's a good segue into our big RIP.
Yeah, let's get into it. We get into the show, and this is just absolutely fucking tragic. I don't even know what to say about this. Bray Wyatt, who, for those of you that don't know, is a very, very gifted wrestler. And he wrestled in the WWE for a few years. He had a couple different personas. His real name is Windham Rotunda.
He's IRS's son.
That's correct.
And Bo Dallas's brother.
Mike Rotunda informed Triple H that Bray Wyatt unexpectedly passed.
Heart attack, they said.
Yes, at the age of 36. And again, this guy was just so... The potential, I think, is what...
Dude, we could have heart attacks.
At least for me.
We're older than him.
Well, he had caught COVID. And that's really where it all started.
Sure.
But I guess in the process of his COVID treatments, they determined that he had some kind of heart disease. Mm-hmm. And the COVID kind of rapidly sped up the deterioration of his heart.
COVID's bad on that stuff.
Yeah, so... it's one of those, no drugs, no bullshit, it's not like a fucking Dark Side of the Ring episode.
It's kind of like Brody. It's another
a lot like Brody.
Tragic one.
A lot like
illness.
that just is a fucking,
strange
accident.
thing, yeah.
We watched Knock at the Cabin, too. I forgot to say that, but we'll talk about that later. Bray was just super inspirational as a talent. The locker room loved him. Legends loved him. Anybody that worked with him loved him.
And he's just so creative.
Oh, my God. I mean, the most creative guy they've had probably since Undertaker.
Yeah.
I mean, or
believable supernatural characters.
That's hard to do, I mean, ask Undertaker. That it took him a long time to ramp that up and a couple character changes. So,
and especially even more in this day and age with all the, behind the scenes stuff that everybody knows.
Right. The good news in all this, if there is any good news, is WWE is doing the right thing. They have decided that all net proceeds of Bray Wyatt's merchandise will go to support his wife, JoJo Offerman, and his children.
She used to be like an announcer.
She was the announcer, yes, for WWE. And I mean, for people that are not into wrestling, that's tens of millions of dollars a year in merchandise sales. That's how wrestlers get a lot of their money, is through their merch. So for WWE to step in and say that all net, not like a percentage, right, all net proceeds will go to the family. I just got to give it up to WWE. That's classy. That's a classy move. In a time when, that company's in a little bit of disarray.
They had a good tribute for him last night on SmackDown.
I did not get to catch the tribute. I need to go back and watch it. Yes, as we record today.
They also included...
Terry Funk.
Yep.
That's our next one. I will tell you, I did hop over to the WWE shop. They are either completely sold out of Bray Wyatt shit, or there is very little left, because the only thing left really are some framed pictures, the Uncle Howdy mask, I think, and some women's shirts. So they either sold out. Now, here's the thing. If WWE is not making more of his merchandise available, that's fucked up.
Yeah, they won't. I doubt that.
That they only put well, that's what I was wondering. I was like, is it sold out, or are they just only offering this stuff?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Like I said, but I'm saying, if you find out that they were holding back shit, or that they were just not having that shit online to sell, that they had it in their warehouse.
Oh, geez, that's even worse. Dude.
Right. So, again, and I'm not saying that's the case, right? I don't want to piss anybody off.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah, worst case scenario, especially if you're trying to help a devastated family. And we'll have to wait and see, I mean, this is going to take months.
And we all really lose out on what could have been.
Oh, he was ready. He was getting ready to come back. They had plans for him. I had a story about the plans for Bray Wyatt to come back and work with
LaKnight?
Yeah.
Is he back with LaKnight?
With Knight. So, seriously, we do RIPs every week because we respect the artists that give us the content that we love to talk about. This week it means something more because Bray was very special and he was taken way too soon. So all of our best to the Rotunda family, to all of Bray's fans all over the world in all promotions, and Nothing but love for Bray Wyatt and what he brought to wrestling in the time that we had him. It was incredible.
They should put him in the Hall of Fame ASAP.
There's been discussion about the Wyatt family heading in, including Eric Rowan, who's still with us. But again, it goes like what you were saying, Brody Lee, and the loss is almost insurmountable at this point. And it's hard to believe, 10 years ago, what we were watching. We were watching the Wyatt family versus the Shield.
Yeah, these big, strong, fit guys.
So anyway, cherish what you have out there, people. I don't get mushy very often, but in this situation, this guy's 4 years younger than us. So,
and it sounds like was a really great guy outside of the ring too. From all the people love pouring out.
I mean, everybody likes to blow Cena because of his Make-A-Wish stuff, but Bray did just as much of that stuff and loved doing it. So we will certainly miss Bray Wyatt. If that wasn't bad enough, before Bray's untimely death, we found out that a wrestling legend had passed. Terry Funk passed away at the age of 79.
My brother was
on
talking
August
about
23rd.
How he was known as Chainsaw Charlie.
That's right.
At one time,
and he wielded chainsaws.
He's like Leatherface, dude.
Fucking straight up. Terry Funk.
Oh, I was thinking about when he was Chainsaw Charlie. He had the pantyhose on his face.
Yeah.
They need to bring that back.
That would scare me more than the chainsaw, if we're being honest. Pantyhose over the face. That just that reminds me of Cobra.
Panty on your head.
Terry Funk. I mean,
legend.
Look. If you listen to this show and you're into wrestling, or you've even watched a wrestling match, you probably have heard of Terry Funk. He is considered the co-father of hardcore wrestling.
He's like the McFoley before McFoley.
Exactly. And them together are the fathers of hardcore wrestling. Terry Funk, of course, in the 80s got into a little bit of acting. You may remember him from movies such as Roadhouse, Over the Top, where he played kind of that big enforcer bad guy, which he did a great job. As a matter of fact, shout out to our buddy Nate for commenting a hilarious GIF under the story that was him from Roadhouse, where he goes, "Mind your own business, Dad." He played a great bad guy and great guy all around. I was never fortunate enough to meet Terry Funk at anything, but we appreciate everything he did for wrestling. Wish him and his fans all the best. Finally, I wanted to bring this up because his art is legendary. Dan Green passed away at the age of 71. And he was a comic book artist. He was an inker for Marvel. And just really brought a class to some of those covers that he did with John Byrne, particularly on Doctor Strange. We're checking out one of the illustrations now on our YouTube feed if you want to check it out. Also famous for so many popular covers during the Byrne era, X-Men covers in particular, the one with Magneto chained. Iconic image.
Mr.
Right?
Sinister.
Mr. Sinister is always fun to draw. Anybody I talk to say that Mr. Sinister's fun. He worked on Wolverine, Spider-Man, the Avengers, Sabretooth. Doctor Strange was his big boy. That was the one that he really got his footing on. So all our best to the fans, family, and people that got to work with Mr. Dan Green, passing away at the age of 71. All right. Let's get into the news, and we got a lot to cover this week. First off, as we mentioned, we did catch the Ashoka premiere. It was 2 episodes, and we got to see the late actor Ray Stevenson in action, and god damn, he did an amazing job.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong.
Like he always does.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I don't expect him to do a bad job. He played a character named Balin Skoll.
It's a badass name.
Which, yeah, it's so fun. It's the first thing I said too. And what I love about him is in the show, it's almost like he's got on fucking football pads. His shoulders are so jacked up.
It seems like he has a talent for seeing the future too, a little bit.
So the origins of his character are still kind of, iffy. Of course,
like
we're 2 episodes
to
in.
him, yeah.
Right,
He's
exactly.
like an ex-Jedi.
You're supposed
Jedi
to, you get the idea that he was a major part of the Jedi Order.
Lightsaber.
Right, they said this lightsaber. Yes, there was that part. This lightsaber in particular was blah 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 blah. So that'll be really interesting to check that backstory with Rey
to see what happened
and that character. Yeah,
to see why he's working.
Why did he
with
fall?
these people.
I mean, yeah, because he's fucking vicious now. So,
but they had a nice like for our friend Rey at the beginning, and then I guess they had some at the end too.
At the end, it just said for our friend Rey. I mean, it wasn't like a big.
Oh, okay.
Overall encompassing look at his life's work. It was just for our friend Ray.
I thought maybe
kind of like Harold Ramis with the ghost, but it was like for Harold.
Well, I mean, I saw him do it at the beginning. I thought
they did it again at the end.
They just did it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So it was the same thing.
If they added more to it.
However, outside of the show, the stars really, gathered around Ray. There was a great photo. Is it on the story? It was all of them on set. I'm not sure if the photo's in here. It doesn't appear to be, but it was a great shot. And, Ray Stevenson was a great actor. And not just a tough guy actor, but you could tell that guy could act.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was so excited when I heard that he was getting into the Star Wars universe because I knew he'd fit right in. I hoped that they would make him bad guy, and they did. Because I was like, I don't know how much of a good guy maybe as a master, maybe. But I knew he'd make a much better, Sith character. So I'm very excited. New episodes drop Tuesdays.
It was cool seeing Clancy Brown in it, too.
Yes, Clancy Brown was in it.
Apparently, he voiced the character before in Rebels or something.
Oh, really? Yeah. I didn't know that part. That's interesting. See, that was another thing that me and Christian were talking about with Ahsoka was we had to go back and watch all these YouTube clips to get kind of caught up on Ahsoka's backstory. Because honestly, the Rebels and stuff like that was kind of after our time.
She's been through a lot.
Well, and it was after our time. We didn't get into Rebels as much as we got into the other shit with Star Wars. So, you had to go back and get a little bit of backstory behind it. But I highly recommend Ahsoka. It was a really good Star Wars show. Probably the best one I've seen since that first season of Mando.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. Zack Snyder dropped the trailer for his new film Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. You can check out that trailer now when you head over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/GeekZip with 2 P's on the end. It looked pretty good. I liked what I saw. It looked very Star Wars-esque, which, of course, everybody says it was originally meant to be a Star Wars film.
I think there were a few lightsabers. That one guy, that black guy, Damon Hunsu.
Yeah.
He was on there yelling, dude.
Yeah.
It's like that's what he does in every movie. Wasn't he in Amistad?
Was he in Amistad?
Maybe.
I don't know. I can't really remember.
Was he Amistad or was that a ship?
I think it was a ship. You need to catch up on your history.
Well, I didn't perform it in school like you and Morrison did.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that on this show because we'll get canceled. Without a doubt.
We were kids. We didn't know any better. It was a different time.
You can blame so much on that, but I don't think I could blame what we did on that.
We knew what we were doing. Don't say that.
Yeah, we knew what we were doing. Shit. Anyway, okay, we're back.
You guys need to donate us a video card, please.
Yeah, it'd be nice so we didn't have to deal with that shit.
For Christmas. Think of the GeekZip podcast.
I probably just need a whole new PC.
Oh, man. I don't know if they'll do that, dude.
Sorry about the cut out there, but we had a little bit of graphic difficulty getting back over to talking about...
Usually we do it live, one cut.
And leave the fuck-ups in it.
We're professionals
but that. Yeah, we decided that was a bit too long of a delay, and I want to make sure that you are seeing our pretty faces. Okay, so we were talking about Rebel Moon. The second part of the series was also revealed to be Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar Giver.
Who knew it was going to be 2 parts?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah. It's actually 3 parts, I believe.
Oh, 3 parts? We were like, how many parts is it? At least 2. One of my brothers said it looks just like every other Zack Snyder thing, gritty and dark.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm interested to see the creativity of characters and stuff like that.
Let's see Zack Snyder in space.
Yeah, for sure. Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire, set for release on Netflix December 22nd of this year, and I'm sure Christian and I will review it once it drops.
Christmas movie.
Along with Rebel Moon, Zack Snyder has been going around the press circuit talking to different magazines and such, and he had a conversation with IGN at the Gamescom festival, and Zack said he would be interested in maybe directing a Gears of War movie, or possibly a Halo film.
That's the one, Gears of War is the one Batista wants to make, too.
That's true, because he looks like Marcus, yes. And he does look just like Marcus. Gears of War, I mean, if you had to pick one, I mean, Gears of War is kind of hard, because there's a lot of shit going on, like a lot of alien shit, like twice as much as Halo, believe it or not.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think Gears is a little more simpler.
You think?
Yeah. Halo's a lot more sci-fi. Gears is basically there's monsters under the earth.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay. I mean, I think it would be difficult either way.
Well, sure, with all the sequels.
These are massive. Well, again, I don't know that I'd include all that bullshit.
Yeah.
I'd make it off the first one and then determine where it goes from that. The good news is that we all know Zack stays extremely faithful to source material. So if he does decide to make these movies and you're fans of the games, we should love them if history is any indication.
If it repeats.
If history repeats.
Here we go.
I am so excited, Christian. All of our friends over at OVW, Al Snow, who has been on our show, a friend of the show, follows the show, is now getting his own docuseries on Netflix chronicling the adventures of OVW called Wrestlers.
It looks really cool, too.
It looks great. I am so happy for Al. I know.
So who used to run OVW or own it? Does Al own it?
Al, yes, I think Al, he's part owner.
Oh, yeah. We were wondering if WWE used to own it or if they just worked together.
Snow, here it is. Right. So he originally bought it, but then he had to share ownership of it with local enterprises like this Matt Jones guy who's a radio guy in Louisville.
Yeah, I think he kind of mentioned that when we interviewed him a little bit.
Yeah, he did. And so, you know, this will follow not so much
because of COVID and everything.
Right. It's not going to be a wrestling show like a Raw or a Dynamite. It's going to be a actual documentary look behind the scenes of how Al works very, very hard.
Well, apparently they've done other documentaries on like Cheer and something else.
Yeah, and
that
Glow.
Are pretty popular on Netflix.
They did the one on Glow, which was very popular. And these, as Jim Cornette would say, these mud show outlaw promotions. Although I think he has a lot of.
Well, he used to run.
He used to be OVW, right? So I think he's got a lot of respect for OVW and Al. But I am very excited to see what they do with this show. It looks very good. Drop date is going to be September 13th, so we don't have that long to wait. The trailer and the poster you can check out on our Facebook page now.
If it takes off, dude, maybe they'll make more independent wrestling shows like Combat Championship Wrestling.
That'd be cool.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll be back
Isn't that
there.
the one that you work on?
Yeah. And OVW, that's where you got Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Dave Bautista, The Miz, Randy Orton, and many, many, many more superstars that are famous now.
Yeah,
OVW used to be the developmental program for the WWE.
It even says that in the ad. They're like, you go here because you get a chance to see them before they're the next big thing.
Exactly. And OVW, you know, in terms of indie shows, is one of those last great gems. I am so excited.
Besides WWE and AEW, this is the best wrestling.
Oh, I agree completely. I totally agree with that, and I think sometimes it even surpasses those companies in some areas if you watch it. Anyway, we'll be looking for that, and I'm sure we'll have a.
It comes out pretty soon too. I
September 13th is the drop date, so we'll be watching for that. James Gunn has come out and said that he is not making a young Superman movie. I guess that was the big outrage when David Cornsweet was cast, was he's young, younger than Henry.
Sure.
But James has come out and said just because he's younger, that doesn't mean we're going to do a young Superman film. And I mean, I kind of knew that from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think this is just more haterade thrown at James.
I don't really know the difference between young Superman stories and old Superman stories.
So the young Superman stories are referring to like the Smallville time, a lot of what you saw in Smallville.
Okay.
And also that initial reveal in Metropolis, right?
Okay.
So that was what everybody because again, this goes back to what we've
So
always
it's kind of
talked
saying like
about.
this is a more established Superman.
Right, exactly. It goes back to what we talk about all the time.
Skipping the origins.
We know, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be. So James has come out and said that it's not going to be that type of story. That it's going to be a Superman story. I find comfort in that.
Yeah.
In that,
Makes you think it might be Brainiac.
maybe we'll see him. I don't know. We'll see. Also, along with the news that it won't be a younger Superman, we found out that Krypto will make his DCU debut in Superman Legacy.
The dog.
And this
Super
was
Dog.
because we had a photo that was sent in by James Gunn on Threads that was shared by DC Comics of a little pup dressed up like Krypto the Super Dog. That's adorable.
Well, people like that dog in Guardians, dude. So I mean,
I might have to have Allie dress up like Krypto for Halloween. Might have to do that.
I don't know, dude. You should have her dress up as the dog from Guardians. What was that dog's name? They wore a spacesuit, and it was voiced by Borat's daughter. I was about to call him Dorat.
Dorat's daughter. I don't know because I did not see that.
What, you still haven't watched the Guardians 3
No,
yet?
I still have not watched Guardians 3.
You're behind, dog. It's on Disney Plus.
I got such a bad taste in my mouth from that second one.
It's a lot better.
All right, let's move on to the strike. It is not over.
Strike. It's getting worse.
Yeah, it is. We mentioned last week that we did know that the Writers Guild and the studios were set to meet. Apparently, it didn't go so well. According to the Writers Guild of America, they told members Wednesday that the latest offer from the studios was, quote, not yet good enough, and that it would continue to strike, to address existential threats to the writing profession.
Ooh.
So the strike continues because of the studios. Now, let me tell you this, Christian.
Those poor working people aren't going to be able to last much longer.
Well, that leads into kind of the next story that we'll talk about here in just a second. But I actually got online last night and went on Chat GPT.
Yeah, to see if it could write you something.
I did. I wanted to say, because, as I mentioned last...
I haven't messed with that. I've messed with the AI art creators, but never the Chat GPT.
So, as I mentioned last week, we're going to try to start doing more Geeking Out episodes.
Okay.
But the issue that I always run into is that is very time-consuming to write a script for that.
Sure.
So I typed in Chat GPT. I said, write me a feature article about the Thundercats. And it instantly wrote me a 3-page article on the Thundercats.
Can you imagine?
Accurate.
Imagine being a teacher these days and having kids doing that.
God.
Stuff.
I mean, see, you bring up stuff that I don't even think about, right? I mean, so that blows my mind. You even saying that shit.
Yeah, dude. AI war, and then you get accused of doing it when you wrote it yourself.
I know. So you can definitely see, and I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is that it was the first time that I actually saw
how impressive it can be.
And I mean, this was not something that like you had the bar, and
Sure.
it was this started writing. I mean, there was no delay in it at all.
The pictures usually, well, I guess because I'm using the free
Dude,
programs.
by the time I got done, I had 8 scripts for Geeking Out of different shit. I was like, wow, that sold me. Because as you know, I'm very busy and it's hard to keep up with this fucking show.
Well, another thing about technology taking jobs is like toll booths. Like on the road, that's all Easy Pass and electronic, taking pictures and stuff. Because, I just came back from New York, and it used to be you'd get a little ticket from them, and you'd calculate how far you were driving and how much it was going to cost. And
I don't know. I've never been up that way, so I don't know.
yeah, it was kind of a cool little toll system.
So you guys had that quick pass shit?
Yeah, we got Easy Pass.
Yeah, my dad used that on our way down to the beach.
That's what everybody uses nowadays.
That's pretty fascinating, yeah. I don't know. I kind of like stopping at the booth.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And plus, we lost jobs.
Yeah, I like the guy saying hello to the people. It might make their day.
Stop my little drive for a little bit. I like the kind where you threw the coins in it, dude. It was a little bucket.
Yeah, that was a good one. Those are in New York. A lot of them. A lot of the tolls in New York. The strike continues to affect release dates. Well, wait a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. The SAG has encouraged members to promote interim agreement productions ahead of fall festivals. What does this mean? Interim agreement productions are ones that are not backed by major movie studios.
Gotcha.
These are like independent films for festivals, and festival season is coming upon us. I think the first one is the Venice Film Festival, or Toronto, no, Venice. Telerude and Toronto kicking off over the next few weeks. The SAG-AFTRA members have been encouraged to go out and audition and promote these films. So, not what we want, but at least they're saying that they can go work on some stuff. So that the reason I brought that up before is that could mean an extension on the job loss from everybody with this whole strike business. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, I don't know if that's going to help the set builders.
No, it probably won't help the set builders.
That's what I mean. I mean the working people, they're not going to be able to last this strike for another few months, barely.
Right.
I saw a comment that said that like they could only. Somebody said they were a person and that they could only last October. I don't know if it's true or not, but I imagine people only have so much money saved up. Those fucking rich people better start donating to that fund to support the low. Yeah,
you're right. You're right. I just want to mention that this article here on Michael Mann in Variety is a great article. Read it if you get a chance.
The director of Heat? Oh, he teases Heat too, dude. He loves teasing that.
He's teased it for fucking years, so I'm not getting super excited about it. Okay. Now, speaking of the delays of the strike, we now have learned that Dune Part 2 has been delayed until 2024.
Isn't it done filming, though?
Yep, it's completely done in the can.
Yeah.
This is pressure.
Yeah, it's kind of like what they're doing with The Boys, too, remember?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Again, this is a negotiation tactic for the strike. It's total bullshit. There's no reason not to release the film, but you got to have ammunition in a war. And this is their ammunition, is we're not going to release this big-ass movie that everybody's waiting for until you fucking talk to us.
Sure. It seems crazy. You'd think the studios would have that decision.
I think the studios realize that the jig is up and that the system they've been using for so many years to siphon off the millions of dollars made from these movies is simply not going to work anymore. And they're just in denial. That's what I think. There was a rumor by a Twitter, A.K.A. X user that dropped that stated a new development of Ghost Rider was in production before the writer strike began in May.
I wonder if that would have been in the MCU.
Yeah. Marvel Studios, it was rumored to have been working on this reboot. We have heard rumors that Nick Cage may be seen as Ghost Rider in Deadpool.
Oh, in Deadpool. I was going to say, I don't think he'd be in this new one.
Deadpool. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I had DP Doe last night. It's not agreeing with me.
Dude, you know they had DP Doe in New York, too?
Yeah, it's a franchise.
I thought it was a local thing.
No, it's a franchise.
Well, I mean, I thought it was a West Virginia franchise.
Nope.
No, I guess not.
Of course,
is Ghost Rider?
I'm not
going
into that
we
shit.
skip origins on this show.
Exactly.
If you don't know who Ghost Rider is, what are you doing here?
Good point. We'll keep everyone up to date with the rumors regarding a Ghost Rider reboot. I think they should reboot him.
Sure. He's an entertaining character.
Super entertaining character. I love him. Well, this one kind of stung, but I understand. The voice of Mario is changing. It will no longer be Charles Martinet
in the games.
In the game. Oh well, yeah. not in the movie.
Clarifying.
Yeah, in the game. Sorry. God, I kind of looked at. I was like, "What the hell are you talking?" Oh, I get it. Okay, Chris Pratt. Yeah.
And he's not being replaced by Chris Pratt.
No, he's not. Thank God. I hope not. This is a man who has done the voice of Mario going all the way back to Super Mario 64. I did some research, Christian. Came out in 94. So almost 3 decades voicing this character.
Funny, it only feels like 20 or 10 years or something.
Yeah, that's because we're getting older. Yeah,
old timers. Old Man River.
This sounds, at least in what they have come out and said, as something that was kind of mutually agreed to with Nintendo and Charles, as he's now been giving the new role of a Mario ambassador.
He was mad, dude. He's like, I wanted to do the movie, so I quit.
Well, I think they're making him a Mario ambassador so he can still go do cons and shit, is what I'm guessing.
That's cool. I mean, he could do it without it.
Well,
maybe not.
I don't know about the likeness and shit. Yeah,
Nintendo likes to be a little...
Right. They're a little fucking
like
stingy.
Disney.
Yeah, they're a little stingy when it comes to likenesses and shit.
And people even having tournaments and anything.
Shigeru Miyamoto also appeared in a message with Charles himself. And
cool.
Again, yeah, so there's no beef. And Charles did a great job, and he'll always be the voice of mine.
Dude,
I mean, I'll always hear him, no matter who they get, and I'm sure who they get will sound just like him.
Try to do it, yeah.
Yeah. So all our best to Charles. We'll look forward to the new voice of Mario.
Hopefully they'll do a good job. Unlike that new Kermit voice, I don't like that.
Kermit has a new fucking voice,
or somebody did. Some puppet had a dumb new voice.
I don't know if it's Kermit. That'd be big news.
Well, I mean, it's passable, but it's just not. It's hashtag not my Kermit.
Oh, shit. Well, the Blue Beetle director, Angel Manolo Soto, confirms that we did see another DC superhero pop up in Blue Beetle. Not we.
Really?
But if you have seen Blue Beetle, you saw it. It was a brief cameo of the Green Lantern.
Was it a specific one? Or?
No clue. Haven't seen the movie. Don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Didn't want to really read on further because I didn't want to spoil it. But I have been told there are lots of Easter eggs in the movie. So I guess a green beam in the title sequence.
That's the green beam.
That's the green beam from Oa, apparently.
Is it beam or bean?
It's beam. Why would it be bean?
I thought you were saying bean.
I was saying beam.
It sounded like bean.
Christian, are you really going to sit here and argue? I said bean.
I know what you said.
You want to go back to the tape?
I agree with you, but I was just making sure because I can't see it that clearly, and it sounded like you said bean. The bean from the planet Oa. I was
didn't
like,
bean
okay.
anything. You're beaning stupid.
Maybe planet Oa has beans on it, dude. That could be their major export.
Coffee beans.
Oa beans.
Oh, God. The insanity in this show never ceases to amaze me.
Blue Beetle and the green beans.
Oh, God. Oh, boy. I am very excited for the new RoboCop game, Rogue City. We got a new gameplay trailer and a look at the first-person shooter with the voice of Peter Weller, who, if you'll recall, will not come on my show for less than $5,000.
That's right, dude.
Peter, despite that, I still love you and would love to have you.
He charges everybody the same.
Yeah,
dude.
Everybody gets the same charge. So just leave us alone.
And
but I'm not bitter.
Does he say Murphy in the gameplay, dude?
Murphy.
He kills people and goes Murphy.
Murphy. Right after he shoots somebody.
Murphy.
He points at him to Murphy.
Yeah. Who shot you? Murphy.
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 With that finger.
Murphy.
It looks really cool. Again, it's the standard story of RoboCop. You're in the city of Detroit. You play the cyborg cop, and you are running around killing bad guys.
I wanted to play that one guy, dude. What's his name?
Clarence Bodiger.
Yeah, what's his character's name?
Clarence Bodiger.
Oh, okay. I thought that was his
what's
real
his
life
real
name?
God damn, what's his name?
Smith.
Kurtwood Smith is his
go.
real name. Clarence Bodiger is his character name.
Doesn't he have a nickname or anything? Just Clarence. Wasn't he in? Was he in Total Recall too?
No, Michael Ironside was.
Oh
the guy in
yeah,
Total
okay,
Recall.
yeah.
Easy to get them confused.
They should be brothers in a movie or something, dude.
That would work.
Double impact.
I think it's taken.
Remake, dude.
I think Jean-Claude took that from us. I'm super excited for this game. I guess, is it going to be goddamn new console? Only available on a new console?
Maybe. I thought you got the new
not.
Xbox.
Oh, I guess I do. So we're okay. The game is expected to drop next month, actually.
Dude, I remember playing the RoboCop NES game.
That pissed me off so fucking bad.
He's come a long way, baby.
Long way. I hope you're a little bit more indestructible in this one than you were in the other one. Mortal Kombat 1.
You get killed by dogs in that one.
Yeah, I know. Get killed by motorcycles.
Now, that could make more sense. A motorcycle runs you over.
You just watched RoboCop where he was able to grab a motorcycle and flip the guy off of it.
Okay, I guess that's true. And the ones just rode right over him and it didn't
hurt him. Those were the ninja cycles, not the Harley.
They drove right over his dick.
So, yeah, they ramped his dick is what they did.
He probably enjoyed it, dude.
We're talking about RoboCop 2 if you're interested in looking at the scene.
How RoboCop pleasures himself, dude.
With motorcycles over the Oh my God in heaven. That's probably the most ridiculous conversation we've had in a while. Oh, let me settle myself.
Where's Morrison for that one?
Oh
dude?
my God!
Talk about the
I'm glad he
RoboCop
wasn't
porno,
there.
dude.
I'm glad. Yeah, it would have been a whole bunch of bleeps. Mortal Kombat 1 has a new trailer that has introduced 4 more characters that are going to be in the game.
Who's it introducing?
General Shao, Sindel, Montero, as well as Shujinko.
Oh yeah, we mentioned Shujinko.
I've heard of a couple of them.
And there's players that are cameos.
Shao and Sindel are playable, but Shujinko and Montero are just cameos.
Just the cameos with a K.
Cameos with a K. The Mortal Kombat 1, again, I'm looking forward to checking it out. It looks really good.
Yeah, you're excited about it. You want to do some fatalities.
I do like doing the fatalities, you're right. It's so rewarding when you actually are able to fucking do one.
It's funny when you're failing, though, and you're like, I'm just standing here.
Yeah.
Now I've hit him.
God, and he just falls over, and that is the worst feeling in the world. We're sticking on video games here because we also got a new gameplay trailer for the Killer Clowns from Outer Space video game that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Did you watch this, Christian?
No. Is it going to be like Texas Chainsaw and Dead by Daylight?
I think so, yes. It's going to be a lot like those horror games that you've seen. It's a fresh take based on the obviously iconic 80s movies. I think it's 3-on-7 multiplayer game.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's going to have all the cotton candy and the popcorn and all the gimmicks from the movie.
I think I read that the boards are way bigger.
Like the levels?
Yeah, than they were in like Dead by Daylight or even the new Texas Chainsaw.
That could be interesting.
Right, because it gives you more places to hide. But anyway, you can check out the gameplay trailer. It is fun to watch, especially if you're a fan of the film. We got it posted on our Facebook page, and you can check that out. Wonder Woman video game footage accidentally got leaked when a developer with Monolith accidentally put the fucking thing on his LinkedIn header.
It's funny, my brother mentioned this game to me too before I knew we were going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's going to use the Nemesis system.
Yes, that
was from like the Shadow of War, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
game,
Lord of the Rings deal. Yeah,
which had it's where like enemies you kill will remember you and come back for revenge and like. They evolve with you.
It remembers, yeah. And as
it's a really,
level up,
it's a really neat system that they have a patent on. So like, nobody gets to use it.
That's right.
But now it's going to be in the Wonder Woman game.
The image is great. It's Wonder Woman. I mean,
it's Gal Gadot.
It is Gal Gadot.
It's not.
Again, the one I saw was...
I'm just kidding. I don't know. That looks like Halle Berry.
This was the image that created all the...
Oh, the stir, huh?
All the stir, and it shows her with her the lasso of truth lit
just
up.
Flying through the
it's
air.
It's clearly
like...
Wonder Woman. I don't know if she's flying through the air.
No, I mean the lasso's flying through the air, dude.
Yeah, it is. It's all around. There's
like,
two other warriors on either side. Are those from different games?
It kind of looks like you with your Indiana Jones whip, dude.
It's so fun to play with that shit.
You whip your kids with it yet, dude?
Jesus Christ, Christian. What's wrong with you?
I meant in a funny way. I didn't mean like,
damn.
Like lashes, 30 lashes for...
Jeez. What is it, Starship Troopers?
I'm just doling out the punishment, dude.
Jeez. Don't ever have kids, please. Oh, shit. We'll keep you updated on the Wonder Woman game.
That came out a lot worse than I was
I know. Take that one back.
Did you beat your kids with that whip yet? Did you take them out back?
No.
Take them out back?
It's like, no, I haven't.
Take them behind the shed.
And I don't... Trip to the woodshed. All right, let's get over to wrestling news.
More wrestling.
So last week, Edge finished his final contractual match on SmackDown.
Smack-a-down.
Since that time, there have been rumors upon rumors upon rumors. A couple of them started by Uncle Dave.
Of what's going to happen.
Of what... Well, not only what Edge is going to do, but the relationship between he and WWE. There were rumors that he made demands.
So why
WWE
he didn't just re-up with him.
Right, exactly. And he came on and squashed all that shit and said there's, quote, no hard feelings between me and WWE. I love WWE. It's my dream gig. It's all I ever wanted to do. I didn't come at them with any crazy contract or anything. They didn't deny me. I have a contract extension sitting in my inbox. I just don't know what to do. So he's, this could be smokescreen, but it sounds to me like he's just trying to figure out what direction he wants to take.
Sure.
He has a young kid, and he has a wife, and he's on the road a lot as a fucking job guy right now with the wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't blame him for taking a little extra time to figure out what exactly he wants to do with his life.
Yeah,
right?
Especially after what he's been through.
No shit. And he also mentioned that. He said the last time he had to leave, and this time it's kind of going to be on his terms, so he wants to make sure he makes the best decision for himself and his family. Adam Copeland is a great guy. Okay? You can't deny that. I know kayfabe and blah, 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 but you can just tell that he really cares about this business, that he cares about the fans.
Except for all that Lita stuff. But he was a little kid. He didn't know what he was doing.
That was a work. But
it wasn't.
Yes, it was. So yeah, it's just we wish Edge all the best, dude. Take your time. You're a fucking Hall of Fame legend. Wherever you go, we will follow you, whether that be acting or wrestling or whatever. Take your time, man. Don't let these assholes on the internet pressure you.
Start a bidding war.
Yeah, or make yourself more money. MJF had a interesting quote on Busted Open Radio last week.
I got to see your Cal Dodd signatures.
See that up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, neat, isn't it? A lot of people, now that you have the WWE and the AEW brands kind of...
neck and neck?
I wouldn't even say they're neck and neck. They're just in the same ballpark.
I don't know. That All In broke their WWE records.
Okay. Is that because of the content, or is that because AEW Wrestling is coming to London and they're trying to make a statement?
Well, I mean, WWE's come to London before.
Not for a big show. Not at fucking O2 Arena.
Well, I mean, it's still impressive.
Or Wembley, excuse me.
They outdrew WrestleMania.
But WrestleMania's never been in...
But it's been in here. I mean, they're saying other places too.
Again... But you're talking about a country that's not used to having those kinds of major events.
I don't know, dude.
I mean, I don't know either.
They have plenty of major events in the UK.
Wrestling?
Maybe not wrestling, but I mean, Wimbledon.
Again, You think a Wimbledon fan is a wrestling fan?
Well, in the UK, what are you else are you gonna be a fan of? Everything. It's soccer.
Again, I'm just saying that I think that has something to do with it. The fact that you've never had a big marquee show in London.
I don't know, man. They've had some WWE shows.
I mean,
remember the Bulldog and
but that was what was that Survivor Series? I mean,
Maybe.
they've never done a WrestleMania like a 2-night event like they do here in the States. And AEW.
Then it used to be a 2-night event.
True, and it didn't have to be one if you did it here. Now, here's the thing. Do I think WrestleMania 41 is going to be in London? Abso-fucking-lutely. I think they're going to announce it right after WrestleMania 39 goes on, or whatever they're at now. Is it 39?
I don't know.
Or 40. Whatever the next one is, they're going to say the next year it's going to be at Wembley Stadium, and they'll probably break the fucking records of AEW anyway.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Maybe not.
According to MJF, he says this. I'll see fans online, the way they communicate with each other. It's like all-out war. We're all freaking having a blast. I'm watching LA Knight and Cody Rhodes every week, and I'm having a blast. And they're doing the same. So, again, he's kind of trying to maybe de-escalate some of the fucking hatred for Cody from the AEW fans, maybe?
I don't think they hate him.
Well, I don't mean hate per se. I mean like disappointment that he left the company.
I don't know. I think most AEW fans are fans of Cody wherever he's at.
That's a good point. Yeah. But I mean, I thought the story was interesting because A, it goes against what MJF's character would say, and B, it really is something that you don't hear a lot of wrestlers nowadays say, that they actually root for other guys and other promotions. I mean, did you ever hear that in the fucking Attitude Era? Did you ever hear fucking Steve Austin say, God damn, I hope fucking...
Well, that was back more
Lex Luger's fucking doing good over in WCW.
K-Fab was more real back then, too.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, you can make your own determination on that one. We got a new documentary coming our way, Christian. It's called Angle, and you guessed it. It is based off the Olympic champion Kurt Angle. It's coming to Peacock on September 2nd, and it will be the same day that WWE presents Payback in the town of Pittsburgh, where Angle's from.
Payback.
It's
true. It's true.
It's damn true. Kurt Angle has an incredible story.
Oh, it's from the producers of Team Foxcatcher and Jiro Dreams of Sushi. Those are pretty big movies.
I don't know what the fuck any of that means, but I'm assuming it's good. If you don't know much about Kurt's, origins, we can't talk about Kurt's origins because not everybody knows that.
He was bitten by a radioactive spider.
A radioactive gold medal.
Yeah, dude, it gave him wrestling powers. There's a radioactive wrestling mat, and he slept on it.
WrestleMan does whatever a wrestler can. I love Kurt Angle. I always have loved Kurt Angle. I loved him as a heel.
We saw him at the thing, too.
We sat 5 feet from him at Bluegrass WrestleCon this year. I'm very excited to check this out again. September 2nd is when that will drop on Peacock. You can catch that. Oh, God.
I did listen to those prank videos the other day. Sunday.
Those are the best prank phone calls I've ever heard in my life.
Cena.
That bitch gets so mad about that call.
Are you ready?
We just want to know. Are you ready for Sunday? Oh, God. Oh, God, they're so funny. We just overmodulated the shit.
Boom, you're going to have to edit that part, dude.
WWE has announced that former 16-time world champion and fanboy John Cena is returning to WWE television. He will be at the SmackDown on September 1st and also join the Superstar Spectacle taking place in India on September the 8th.
What the heck is that?
I assume it's like a crown jewel thing.
Getting into the Indian market, huh?
I guess so.
Where are the Lamonts at?
Never heard of them. I think they're stateside.
Shout out.
This is if you're a John Cena fan, good news. I don't give a shit. Everybody knows my feelings on Cena.
Hey, he's always bringing. Hey, I'd rather have him than not have him. He brings something to the table. You may not like it, but a lot of people do.
It's just, do you not think it's stale?
Of course it is, but some people like it. The kids like him.
Okay. All right. I'll leave it alone.
This was exciting. I guess it's the first time Expendables is going rated R.
Yeah, you didn't know that? The other ones have always been rated P, but despite all the fucking violence.
Yeah, I know. I was like, gosh, they get away with a lot.
They
for
got
a
away. They got away with
movie.
murder. Yeah, for sure. Cutting off heads of Jean-Claude Van Damme and shit. There is a new Red Band trailer that dropped for the Expendaforbles, or however you fucking say it.
Expendaforbles. It's got some new Expendaforbles, too.
Yeah, we got new Expendaforbles, including 50 Cent.
50, A.K.A. Ferrari.
So who we got? Stallone, we got Megan Fox. 50 Cent, who bitched about his poster.
Well, look at his head, dude. They fucked that shit up.
What's wrong with his head?
Look how crooked it is.
It's crooked.
It's like dented. They got the lighting all on it bad.
Oh my God, you're being ridiculous.
Whatever, man.
Andy Garcia, I don't know why he's an expendable. Jason Statham, who's a fucking Lundgren, looks crazy as always.
Did you see Meg 2 yet?
No, I want to.
Who
the hell's Tran?
Tran. Is that a trans person?
I don't know. I mean, that's what it insinuates.
Expendables is woke now, dude.
Yeah, I guess so. Tony Jaa. I love Tony Jaa. That's cool. Scipio. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Scipio.
Okay, now I think we're getting into the actors.
Why?
Uwais or something.
Hey.
Randy
Couture.
Randy Couture's back in there. I didn't see Hell Caesar.
Who's that?
Fucking Terry
Crews again?
Crews. Where the hell's he at? Anyway, Expendables 4.
Wasn't Chuck Liddell in it too?
No, that was Randy Couture. He was
I
the
thought
UFC
both
fighter.
of them were in it.
No. September 22nd is when that film will drop, again, rated R. Check out the Red Band trailer on our Facebook page right now. I'm excited, Christian. Guess what?
More VHS.
Yay!
Found footage.
Shudder.
Anthology video. Movie.
Shudder has released a teaser trailer for the new found footage sequel to the popular franchise VHS 85, along with the release date for it. Here is the official synopsis. An ominous mixtape blends never-before-seen snuff footage with nightmarish newscasts and disturbing home video to create a surreal analog mashup of the forgotten 80s. This is the first VHS film in the series since 2012 when we saw VHS Viral. It will be released on Shudder on October 6th, 2023. And Christian, you know, I'm a huge fan of the VHS films. Going all the way back to the first one, so I'm very excited for this.
I think they're a little hit and miss, but I like found footage.
Among the directors in the project are going to be David Bruckner, responsible for The Night House and the Hellraiser remake, Scott Derrickson, who did Sinister and The Black Phone, Mike Nelson, who directed the Wrong Turn film, the newer one, Gigi Saul Guerrero, who did Bingo Hell and Satanic Hispanics, and Natasha Kermani, who did Lucky. So I cannot wait to see the new VHS incarnation. I love that they're going back to 85. I think that's better than trying to go forward. It's better to go back to when VHS was VHS.
That makes sense.
I wanted to talk about this, damn it, because it is so fucking cool.
Why?
Because I'm a fan of the Fugees. I love the Fugees. Sorry.
I love other things. That doesn't mean I need to talk about it on the GeekZip podcast.
You can add it to the fucking news if you want. Anytime you like.
Well,
Lauryn Hill.
Go ahead,
I'm
Lauryn
going
Hill.
to, motherfucker. You just sit over there and play the fucking feud. Lauryn Hill announces the Miseducation of tour with the Fugees.
Did you get your tickets yet, bitch?
Fuck yourself and everything you say. 1998 was the year that we got the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. It was an incredible album. I
She
loved
just
her
covered
with the
a song.
Fugees. Shut up, motherfucker.
No talent, ass clown.
Oh, God, fuck you. Looks like the closest that we're going to get is going to be probably either Philly or Washington. But, again, that's a legendary tour. And they're going to do the Score Anniversary Tour, which is one of the greatest albums ever made.
And Wyclef's going to be there and Praz.
Yeah, it's the fucking Fugees. That's what I'm telling you.
You think they'll do some of their songs, too?
Probably.
Gone to November, baby.
There you go. See, you might be a little bit more excited about it than you're making out.
Shouldn't he be in jail? Didn't he scam a bunch of Haitian money or something?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, though. Godzilla vs. Kong, The New Empire, gets a new release date, and guess what?
When?
It's not a delay.
Ooh.
They moved it up. Godzilla vs. Kong, The New Empire was originally going into theaters March 15th. Oh, it is a delay. Fuck.
Now it's going to April, darn it.
Now it's April 12th. Not a big deal. It's about a month apart. Again, I think they're doing this because Dune Part 2 got pushed back to that March 15th date, so they're not wanting to compete with Dune Part 2. So there you go.
Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet are in Dune 2, so they're
You just like saying their names?
Yeah, they kind of roll off the tongue, dude.
There's more rumors that Tim Blake Nelson's leader, who you saw in the Edward Norton 2008 Incredible Hulk film, may appear as a benefactor of the Serpent Society in Captain America Brave New World.
Because we know he's going to be in it, right? We just don't know
Yes.
how big a role he's going to be playing.
Correct. If you read Hulk books, I love Leader.
Yeah.
I thought he was always one of Hulk's stronger foes.
Whereas Hulk is strength, he is brain.
Pure brain. And, it just makes me more excited to get some more information on the new Captain America film. Brave New World slated to premiere July 26th of 2024.
I hope it's good. All the other Captain Americas have been pretty good.
I think the Captain America movies, honestly, have been the strongest in the entire MCU.
Sure. We'll have to hope that trend continues.
Iron Man was good, but, I think when it comes to
consistency
film, yes, I think that, you definitely have Captain America as number one. This was cool, Christian. Peacock is going to be giving us a treat for Halloween. They're adding over 100 horror movies.
Dude, I'm always excited when they add more horror movies.
Fuck yeah.
Netflix doesn't do it enough, dude.
Starting September 1st, you're going to see over 100 horror, thriller, and Halloween favorites, series, and movies for streaming on the platform. There is a big-ass list. Well, not a big-ass list, but... does it have? Yeah, it does have the whole list. Looks like, and I'm very briefly glancing. I see the Amityville series,
Bride of Chucky,
Casper for the kids. I see Child's Play. You're not going to see a lot of the number ones on these horror franchises, just so you know. Dawn of the Dead, that's cool.
Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
That's sweet. Like Christian said, Chucky, Get Out's going to be there. Ghostbusters. Halloween, the Rob Zombie original, also the original Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Jim will be happy about that.
Season of the Witch.
The Last Exorcism, love that movie. The Hollow Man series. The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, going to be added. Murder, She Baked. What the fuck is that?
Dude, she kills you with her baking.
The Psycho films, it looks like all of them, including the remake.
Bunch of Saws.
All the Sauls are going to be available. That Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark movie, Skeleton Key, They Live, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, Tales from the Hood 1 and 2, Tales from the Crypt,
And
both films.
are these
and more.
coming out in September?
September 1st? That's what it says.
Okay, see, the story said October. Maybe it's just in time for
It's
October.
for October. It's for Halloween.
Yeah,
is
but,
what it said.
but they're coming out in September. That's cool.
Yeah.
Don't have to wait for
Two
October,
whole
baby.
months of streaming.
Heck
These horror
yeah,
movies.
I'm
Yeah,
ready.
very excited about that. All right. That wraps up the news for the week. Let's get over to our events. We have Lana Del Rey. I know nothing about this person.
Didn't she sing Summertime Sadness?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either.
She's performing the Charleston Coliseum October 5th. I can tell you right now, I think tickets are already damn near sold out.
Probably.
But they are on sale, so you can get the
It's one
link.
of those you're like, what the heck are they doing here?
Yeah, I know. You can get the link for that and more information when you log on to our Facebook page. We have it posted. We have some signings that are taking place at the Inner Geek coming up in September. First one happens Friday, September 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Inner Geek in Pullman Square. You can meet actors and voice artists Eric Stewart, Megan Hollingshead,
Horsehead?
Austin St. John, the Red Power Ranger.
Red Power Ranger.
Megan Hollingshead is voice of those two twins from Dragon Ball Z. What are their names? Can't remember.
Androids?
Yeah. So that'll be cool. Again, once again, that is Friday, September 8th at the Inner Geek at Pullman Square in Huntington, 6 to 8 p.m. You can get some stuff signed by those individuals.
Oh, your dog Allie just got a good stretch.
I saw that. Saturday, September 9th, we can welcome legendary comedian and actor Tom Arnold to an in-store signing event, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. once again at the Inner Geek at Pullman Square in downtown Huntington. Get more information when you log on to their Facebook page, Inner Geek-Huntington on Facebook. Christian?
Exciting stuff.
That's all I got, buddy. You got anything else?
Not really.
Pretty easy going week, huh?
I'll hold it in. But we got to cut it short, guys. I think that White Castle's coming back up.
Uh-oh.
Back
brewing,
down or
brewing,
something.
yeah.
You know, those sliders slide one way.
Percolating. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Do not forget, hop online, podomatic.com, PODOMATIC.com /GeekZip podcast. That's where you can find links to our social media, our donation links if you'd like to support the show. Also want to remind our Patreon subscribers, we've got new content on the way. We also welcome any new members to come join the Patreon community and get that exclusive content. We have a high-quality video feed that we produce every week, and we're doing something new with the video feed. We are actually doing the premiere.
Yeah.
Which last week it was just me and Christian.
Like, share, and subscribe, baby.
So we will premiere the video feed of each episode at 11 a.m. every Tuesday, and me and Christian will join the chat during the episode if you guys wanted to discuss anything in the episode with me or Christian. So that'll be a lot of fun. Christian, welcome home. Happy to have you back. Glad you're back in the cave.
Did I say like, share, and subscribe already?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Twice.
Yep. No, I just got to reinforce it.
Oh, I know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great week.
We appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy lives to spend a little bit with us at the GeekZip.
Good, dude. You're getting better. I like that.
Came
See you guys later.
from the heart, dude.
That's where it's got to come from.